Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike. Today we're going to do some splitting with our old Swisher. I think this thing's probably close to 25, 26 years old. It's on its second engine, but I got to get this trailer unloaded, everything split. I've got too much stuff on the ground that's been on the ground for too long. So we're going to do a bunch of splitting today. We're going to start filling some IBC totes. We're going to start doing some bundles as well and sell those. But I wanted to bring you all along. I've got a couple IBC totes set up here behind me. One of them we're going to put more so bundle wood in it, and the other one I think we're going to end up, if we get any knotty pieces or anything like that, we'll throw in the other one. I'll burn it this winter. I don't mind burning knots. Knots just aren't as visually appealing, I guess, to some people to sell. So anyways, I don't mind burning them. Knots and junk will go into one, and more of the premium, better looking stuff is going to go in the other one. But some of this oak behind me is junk. Those big pieces up on top, I cut through some of them a few days ago. If we come across any doty stuff, we're just going to toss it to the side and it's going to put in the brush pile. But everything else, for the most part, we're going to split it because it needs to start drying out. This wood's been on here for a long time, but it still has quite a bit of moisture in it. You can see some of this wood. I mean, it's got a doty ring on part of it, but all that is still extremely hard. That's still good wood. It's been sitting on the trailer. This has been here for a while. These haven't been here as long, but we got to get those cut and brought up off the ground. But I noodled all this stuff up yesterday, and the oldest boy was doing a little hand splitting on some of it. So anyways, I'm gonna set you guys up. We're gonna film for a little bit, but cycle time on this thing is extremely slow, so I'm not gonna bore y'all to death on that. I'll either time lapse it or we'll pick back up whenever we got a bunch of this done. I want to stack some of those pallets right here, so whenever, well, when I split, I can just set it right over here to the, let's do that. Let me grab a couple pallets. we haven't got a whole lot done yet. There's a lot more junk wood in here than I thought. A lot of the stuff that's been sitting on the ground, yeah, it sat on the ground too long, so most of that's going in the brush pile. But I think these two bottom rows are going to be okay, kind of like the last stuff we got. There's a doty ring on the outside. I'm setting all that stuff. If it's real bad, it's getting tossed over here, but if it's burnable barely, then I'm putting it up for us. That's a lot of the stuff we're keeping. This is the good clean stuff I could get that we're going to make bundles and stuff out of, I think. So I think we're going to get the Baumalight, try to dump this trailer where it's at, and get the two good rounds out where I can get them finished bucked up. The big piece, I don't even think I want to mess with it. I think I'm going to take it straight to the brush pile. That tongue of that trailer. I'll take some cuts out of this and see if this is any good. I think it is. The ends look good, so that's promising. Still good. That is a poor man's log lift right there. Okay, yeah. This will be good like that other. Of course, you have to peel around the edges. I didn't want to bring it up there and cut it all up if it wasn't. I'd like for all these ants to go away. All right, well, we didn't get done near what I wanted to. We're gonna call it for tonight because of the ants. They'll be gone by tomorrow. We'll finish getting the split up tomorrow and get a lot of this other stuff pushed up into the new burn pile. I do have a bunch of sticks right over here. These are still good, and there's a couple pieces over here that's gonna still be good. We'll cut into it all, get it all bucked up, and then we'll go from there. But we got almost a tote full of what we'll burn. It's got a bunch of junk stuff in it. Then all this stuff, pretty good looking stuff. That'll be good bundle wood. And we got the trailer. It's up out of the way. A couple more pieces on it. That's all junk too. We'll throw it over here in the burn pile. But how do y'all think the Baumalight did with the grapple on it for our, I guess you'd call it a poor man's log lift? It sure saves having to noodle everything or take a maul to it. For sure. And now that the trailer's out of the way, I've got a lot more room to maneuver to be able to set that stuff down. But anyways, everyone, appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.